Fabien, and welcome to the show. How's it going?
Everything is fine, thank you. What about you?
Doing well, thank you. So tell me a little bit about VSC.
VSC is like a virtual sport chain. It's a new fantasy game we have developed with the team and I, where people will be able to trade with VS Coin, virtual sportsmen shares, and the value of those shares will be going up and down based on two algorithms. One is going to be the trade, the market, like offer and demand, and the other one is going to be the true performances of a player on the real lifetime. And that is going to impact the value of the shares that will give to the user like the sensation to invest money and be closer of their fans, of their passion and everything.
Okay, so the goal in that situation is to increase fan engagement, correct?
Exactly. The goal is fans be closer of their stars, of their idol, and living the new experience of the game. Because today there is just two options: it's fantasy sports, betting, and watching games. But at one moment when you're doing that all the time, you cannot be bored, you know. So the goal is to bring something else, and also to educate people to the stock exchange, because it's something that people is afraid of, and we want to educate them on the fact that if you know the area, everything is easy because you're masterizing the subject, and at the end you can gain money like that. So we want to educate them on that and on the blockchain, because we are a big fan of blockchain, and we're going to create our own token, the VS Coin, put some utility NFT inside our game to make a new experience for the users.
Okay, so let's say I'm an end user. I've downloaded this app. I've got a fan token of my favorite player. What's in it for me?
What's in for you is like you will go and every day you will read the news, because every day the news will impact the price, because people like in the true market today, when there's something bad happen, the price going down. It's like today we're in bear market. We can see with FTX sometimes everything crash when there's bad news, but when there's good news, everyone is going to invest. So every day you will feel like you're going to get this adrenaline, you know, of when you put money on something. And every day you will want to know about what's happened about your player, to know if it's a good time to invest or maybe it's a good time to sell, if he's going to play well, against who is playing. So you will really be committed to this guy and to his team.
Okay, and talk to me specifically about the engagement part. Like, yeah, sure, I get the adrenaline and loot box style sort of feeling at the end of it for the fan, right? But if I hold this fan token, what different rights do I have as a user?
You don't have a right on the sportsman. It's really a gaming part. So you will just live this adrenaline, educate yourself in those areas, and live like in fantasy sports. You don't own the player, but every week you're living something different. Mm-hmm. So you don't own the player like you can do it with Sora, where they're selling NFT cards. You're going really to play and put your skills on the game. It's like if you like chess, every day you want to play chess, because you like it, you play with your friend and you want to win. And when you will be like that, you will be like a scout. Because there is one thing in sports that everyone wants to be to have right, you know. Like when you talk with your friend and everything, you say, "Oh man, I told you this guy is the best." Mm-hmm. All the time. "Oh, I bet you like this one is going to win." But tomorrow with our app, people will say, "Oh, I told you that, and look, on my app, I can show you I'm right." Because with all data and everything we put inside, at the end, our goal is to be a reference of people who's talking about sports. So we give also that to the user.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting, because you're probably speaking to one of the few men on earth who doesn't spend his time watching sports, more esports than a traditional sports. So delve into that a little bit more. Let's say we're I don't know, there's some kind of game coming up, and me and you hold some of this VSC token.
So
what are we talking about, and what happens?
So what happens is, like, you will be ready before the game. So you will have your shares, and we say, okay, so now this guy is going to play against, let's say, Manchester City or any sports, and I will be like watching the game like with enthusiasm. I will say, come on, man, do this pass, succeed that. And when he's going to miss something, you will be, fuck, what's happened? And at the end of the game, you will say, oh shit, it's fun, or yeah, fuck, he did very well, and I know if I'm selling now, I will gain money and everything, so my investment is good. It's also the part of investment. When you invest money, the goal is to get more money after. So he's going to think like that, the guy.
Sure.
And even at the end of the day, he's not just going to support one team. He's going also to support many teams, because he's going to have many fan tokens of many players. So he's going to say, oh, he's playing well, but they're playing each other, but he's going to support both teams. And that is going to put a new commitment to the user.
Absolutely. And how do you feel the impact of blockchain has affected the sports industry now, and what do you think that effect is going to be in the future?
So in sports area, the blockchain is already in. We could see with Sora, Chili's, and everything. So blockchain is already committed to the fans to make them living a new experience and to be closer to their favorite football team, their favorite player. And tomorrow, what we will do is with the metaverse and also with like some there's some other app where you can just run even your life in terms of sports, not watching, but just even doing. You can earn tokens. So that means it's going into our life also. And in the future, we are going to live a new experience in the metaverse where we will be able to be the athlete, to feel like you are the athlete in the field. That's going, for me, is the future of blockchain and sports. We will be able to connect someone in Brazil, in Paris. That is going to be amazing. Everyone will be closer of their idol, and also they're going to live the experience of how the guy is doing this event.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This is fantastic.